if I had one message for you, I want you to understand what's possible for those people that truly believe. We would have never expected this thing to happen, at least me, a year ago, January, when I finally blew my stack, and I launched the tipping point of Revolution Radio. Because I've watched what has been happening in this country for the last 9 years before Trump announced. I walked away from elective politics. I had had enough of the bullshit from all these people that stand up here and say all this nonsense, all these ridiculous things that they say. They have no intention of carrying out what they tell you, and you know it too. You know it too, but you say, well, they're Republicans, so I'm going to go pull that lever because they're a Republican. Because this Republican is going to save me. If you're a Democrat, here, I recommend you can leave right now. Save yourself the fucking pain. Save yourself the pain. I'm not going to bullshit you. Milquetoast pussies out right now. Get the fuck out. I'm not putting up with any bullshit. I've had enough of that here this weekend. I will address this weekend and the bullshit here when I leave. On my way out. But I'm going to address that also. I'm going to address it. Don't fuck with my bus driver. So the thing of it is this. If we all collectively stand up, all of us together, and say we're not putting up with this bullshit anymore, this left-wing, liberal, critical race theory, non-binary sex gender, 101 genders, and all this forking insanity that we just step back and say, can you believe this? Is this not insane or what? That's not going to do it. Discussing this amongst yourselves is not going to do it. Because you and I have done that for decades now, and look where we are. These people believe, folks. They truly believe. This insanity is something they truly believe. Because they're controlled by another power, another force. It isn't just personal ideology. Right now, this planet is undergoing a massive war, and it's a spiritual war. There truly is a battle of good and evil, Satan and our Creator. I never believed that stuff. I didn't believe heaven, hell. I don't believe there's a God that says if you don't do this, this, and this, I'm going to toss you in the lake of fire. If you didn't happen to be born in this country and knew nothing about Christ and you weren't saved that way, I'm going to burn you for eternity. I don't believe in that nonsense. That's satanic manipulation of the greatest book that's ever been known on this planet. I don't believe any of that. I don't believe any of that. I believe the Satanists, they're the ones that stripped out all the books of the Bible. 777 books in the Bible, they narrowed it down to 66. They don't want you to know what it took me, a catastrophic crash, 2 of them, drug out of a grave, twice. First one really drug out of a grave. The second one. And I'm still a work in progress. But I can tell you, had I not gone off the beaten path of dogmatic Christianity and religion, and taken my route of learning things about the quantum realm that again was created by our Creator. If I had not gone that route and done all these other studies in epistemology, metaphysics, quantum physics, a little quantum mechanics, I'm not that sharp, philosophies to try to figure this thing out, I would not have gotten to this point where I could overcome this paralysis and walk again and get my life back again. That's what it took. I tell you that not to cast a light on what I was able to overcome. I cast a light on it for 2 reasons. You have your own path cut out for you. It's yours. Not mine, not somebody else, it's yours. I had a guy in a church down in California when I told this, I said something about the most powerful book I ever read was Outwitting the Devil. He started yelling from back into back. The Bible's the most powerful book ever. What, the Bible? He starts out, I'm like, wow, I've never heard that before. I'm like, hey man, and he wanted to continue. Oh, you want public attention? You want me to go Patriot Street Fighter on you too, right here in church? Because I will. I said, you know what, why don't you come up here and you tell your story. Let's see who stays around. See who wants to hear your story. They're not here to hear your story. They're here to hear mine. See, this is where I am in this point in my life today. I don't care if we're in a church. Don't give me your bullshit. Where's your politeness? Where's your respect? Right? This is what's happened to society. Is that we allow people to step inside our space and disrespect us, make public examples of us, and we're supposed to do what? Step back because it's in a church? Are you kidding me? These rules apply to me everywhere. I don't care where you are. Decency and public respect is the most important thing that we can have toward each other. Decency, public respect. Now the other side doesn't, because they roll out their weapons like Antifa and BLM and protests, and forget physical attacks, but the things that they say to you, and we're supposed to back up because they get in our faces. What do you teach your kids when you retreat? What do you teach the next generations if you retreat from your own ideology, political philosophy, your spiritual beliefs? What do you teach them when you do this? I'm going to back up because they're coming at me too hard. Because there's a bunch of them, there's just me. What do you teach them? Folks, when you're right, you're right. And if you are right, that righteousness is rooted in the power of your Creator. Right is right, wrong is wrong. So why would you retreat when you have the power of what's righteous that's given to you by your Creator? You're going to step back from that? That's why you should step forward. People today think I'm an asshole, right? Well, some people do. Do you think, now that we've spent over a year together, do you think that affects me one bit at all? What they think? Have you noticed that about my personality since I started the tipping point? I don't give a shit. I do not give a shit. Not one, not two, not 10, zero. I don't care. I don't care if these people like me. I mean, if they do, that's great. If they dislike me, do I care? I do not care. Why? I've dealt with them for 30 forking years. I'm done with their bullshit. I don't care. I hope they hate me. I am looking for enemies. I'm looking for enemy targets. I'm looking for enemies. If they don't like me, they don't like my message, what do we now know? Smoke out. Smoke out. Patriot Street Fighter is a smoke out operation. We're going to find out who's who. Who's fighting for the country, or who's fighting for their own personal interests, or who's fighting for the insane left. We're going to find out. They're everywhere. There's some here. Trust me. They're in the audience. I guarantee it. Before the night's over, I will smoke one of them out. I would sneak out right forking now if I were you. I would sneak out. If you retreat in a friendly fashion, I promise I won't say a word until you leave. But we've got to get to the point now in this world where you never retreat under any circumstances. I've been like this since they pulled the mask on us, folks. Since they pulled the mask on us. I did it from day one. I knew what it was, yet everybody bought into it. You go out in public, and they would publicly shame you. They would all look at you a certain way. And here I am in public. I'm at an Aldi, and I have two people that are in line in front of me. Probably millennial range, roughly. So there I am with no mask on, and here's what happens. I was actually startled. This guy turns around, and he did something, made some noise, and I was startled. I said, he goes, get back, get back. I'm like, I'm backing up, like, what? He goes, you don't have a mask on. I stopped, I said, what? He goes, you don't have a mask on. I said, bitch, you do. He says, I said, doesn't yours work? He goes, well, yes, but you're supposed to have a mask on. I'm thinking to myself, we are now in the evolution of a public embarrassment scene, but not on me. I look at this guy and I'm thinking, holy shit, I'm going Patriot Street Fighter right here in public. So I look at this guy, and my brain, when I'm under stress or in attack mode, my brain goes a million miles an hour. It's like I Terminator thing. All things going across my HUD right here. I'm like, okay, let me analyze this situation. Now I can say this because my mother died from an obesity-related disease. I'm looking at both of these two, slightly to grossly overweight, okay? And I'm thinking, are you shitting me? You got 9 obesity-related diseases weighing down on you, right? And I said this to him. I said, are you shitting me? You and your girlfriend both have 9 obesity-related diseases weighing on top of you right now, and you're worried about it effing. And I said what I said, and then I just kept hammering away. Why? Because I had to defend my ground, right? Am I going to put up with that bullshit? No. What do you think happened? What do you think happened? They were in full retreat. The person behind the counter who sees me there all the time is, because they think I'm just the greatest guy, I'm the nicest guy, I polite to everybody. They're like this, like, holy shit. Watching this, I saw them. Now, do you think these two idiots are ever going to pull that in public again? They're thinking, I don't ever want this to happen again. I'm not going to take the risk. I had it happen again. Well, a couple times. But when it happens, this full Patriot Street Fighter coming out of a UPS store, just set up a new mailbox. Guys behind the counter are nice, great guys. Walking out the door, here comes the dude, middle-aged guy. He flies out around me with a box in his hands like I had a disease. He's running out around me, and he said something as he's looking at me on the way by. And I'm stopped at the door, and I was like, excuse me? And he said something. I said, what did you say? He said, you don't have a mask on. I said, I don't. I said, but you have two masks on. I said, don't they work? And he said, you're supposed to have a mask on. Here it goes again. Fast. And I looked at him. I said, you know what? I said, you've got two masks on. You're twice as stupid as that guy. Shut him down. I shut him down. Right? And I don't say it in a humorous way. When it comes Patriot Street Fighter, believe me, it's a throttle. So the two guys behind the counter, brand new, they're like standing there like this. Holy shit. They're watching me. They like me because I'm a nice guy, obviously, and they see, we get a stack of mail like this about every day, Patriot Street Fighter. They're like, holy shit, who is this guy? I said, what do you mean, who is this guy? I'm Patriot Street Fighter. Look, Patriot Street Fighter is my last name. All these boxes, all these gifts come in from you people. So anyways, well, I love all you too. I love all of you too. I do. You've given me a reason. You've given me a reason to actually want to be alive. You really have. I'm so honored. You have no idea what that means. You have no idea. Love you all. And I can say that it's not cliche for me, because there's no reason why I should have actually come back when I was in that grave. No reason whatsoever. And the catastrophic injuries I had to overcome just to survive, let alone ever walk again. And I never knew the meaning of it other than I would be going through an ascension process, and that happened. And then whenever I recovered from all of that, I was, had no disability. I was crippled, homeless, penniless 8 months after the crash. I refused disability, had to find a way to survive. I did. A friend of mine took me in. So I fought back for 5 years every day, just attack, had all this wreckage, incredible pain. Attack. I just never stopped. I kept attacking in a gym. And I come from the national competitive bodybuilding stage, so I'd done this a long time. And I knew just keep an attack. And then one day I'm good again. I have my life back. I'm now working again. I'm walking again. I'm riding again. I have my new dream bike. I'm coming through an intersection downtown Dallas, 2.5 months into riding my dream bike. A big Texas pickup truck comes through an intersection at high speed, blows it, destroys me all over again. I'm flying across 6 lanes of traffic at a major intersection, downtown Dallas, destroyed all over again. Leg here is broken, clean, around all the metal, above my foot, complete 90-degree. Break here, foot's turned inward. I had a 30% chance of keeping it the first time. This time I'm going to lose it. So I end up in a trauma center again, and I'm thinking to myself, I just had this epic comeback. I had this massive ascension leap. I knew God wanted me to go through a process, and now I'm laying here destroyed again, and I'm looking up, are you shitting me? That's what I'm thinking. So what I didn't do was go into retreat. And I said to myself, laying there, to these surgeons, I said, well, I had an epic comeback. I guess it wasn't good enough. God wants me to have a super epic comeback. For what? I don't know. I'm thinking maybe today, it's a culmination of what's happened with all of you who have learned about Patriot Street Fighter. And people tell me this every day. Wherever we go around the country, you taught me to fight again. Scott, you taught me to fight again. And I think all of these examples that I had to live through, incredible pain, incredible poverty. I was in abject poverty for 7 years. But I fought back. I never stopped fighting. And I think part of this was all to teach you people how to fight. You never quit. You never give up. You never fork and back off, especially with these scumbags, these maniacal school board members, these people that are destroying your community. These city council members, all of these scumbag scumbag, I can't think of enough words for these people. These people have wrecked society. You didn't. They did. They did. They wrecked society. We didn't. We're good people. They want more of what they're doing. They think it's going to work. It's never going to work. They're just destroying society. So we have to put a stop to it. And if you're willing to just have the guts and the balls to stand up, go to school board meetings, gather a bunch of you, get in their faces, raise your hands, organize, start attacking. They always run, folks. They're cowards. Vail, Arizona proved it. A national example. Hundreds of parents showed up. They rained it down on these people. These people not only left like cowards, they took a step further. They resigned their positions. They resigned their positions, and they voted in the new school board right there that night, killed the mask mandate. These people will always run if you push forward. They always run. They've never had opposition. Dr. Cordy Williams taught me this. He said, Scott, 167 seats run unopposed just in San Diego County. 167 seats in one county. These people walk in by default, take over, start this maniacal onslaught toward humanity. Imagine this all over the country. Why? Why the hell don't we show up? I know you're busy. These people don't have jobs. Their system, the Democrat Party, finances them. Soros finances them. You have to go to work and raise a family. And I know you don't have time to get involved in this, but guess what? Tough shit. Tough shit. Get out the door. Get some time and get involved, because if you don't do anything, they will run us over and they'll destroy us. You have to get a little extra time into the game. I don't want to talk about politics or religion. Get out of the country. Get out of the United States. That's what we fought for. The political construct, freedom of religion. That's the only thing that counts. If I'm ever dating a girl, she doesn't talk about politics or religion, bye. Bye. That's my interview. See ya. You're going to have to put a little extra effort into it. It won't take much. I'm telling you, it will not take much to topple this house of cards. We have the numbers. We outnumber these bastards by the billions. If we simply step up, 5% of us, 5%, we still massively outnumber them. They have never had opposition. They have never had come at them what they've been dishing out to all of us for the last 20 years, specifically the last 5. They have never had that to deal with, ever, because we're dignified, right? We're righteous people. We have virtues, so we don't conduct ourselves like that. That's why we're losing. That's why we're losing. You got to become an SOB in a fight, folks. I do not allow anyone to use my virtues against me. I know who I am. I know what my Creator thinks of me. I'm very happy about that. I sleep peacefully at night. I look in the mirror. I love who I am. I love what I stand for. I'm proud that I took this path in my life. I'm proud that I've made all these decisions in my life. Very proud. But I'm not going to let them use these virtues against me. If they want to fight, I'm going to bring every dirty piece of ammo that I got. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm going to use anything I can grab to crush their philosophy. I'm going to do it. I don't care if it's not fair. I'm not in this for fair. I'm in it to win. I'm in to bury these scum. I'm in to bury these people that caused this man to buy a shirt that says "Save the Kids." We have no more time to play, folks. Once I learned about this, satanic ritual abuse, brutal sodomy, murder, gutting, cannibalism, and an adrenochrome factory on our kids, are you telling me you're going to sit back? You're not going to step up? You're not going to contribute? You're not going to a school board meeting? You're not going to get in somebody's face? Because under this ground, right here somewhere in South Dakota, right now they're going to work full-time on a baby. Do you understand what I'm saying? Somebody is working over a baby right now. Right now. Right now. As I'm here, somebody is doing this to a baby, an infant, right now. And you're telling me I don't want to fight because, really? I'm not talking to you. I know you people are fighting. But any of you weak ones out there, you milquetoast pussies wearing your sister's skinny jeans, on our side, you better get in the fight. You better get in the fight. It's a real high vibration. But I'm going to tell you this. I promise you, As long as I can keep funding that bus, this bus is funded by we the people. Don't look at this bus and put me in some air of reverence. Okay, that bus is not like Washington, D.C. These massive ivory towers that they build so these average schmucks can walk out of that building with a suit and tie on or a nice pantsuit or a business suit and have you look at them and you see the building and then you see this person say, oh my God, that's a powerful senator, powerful congressman, powerful whatever. It's all bullshit. They do that so you inject reverence into your mindset for who these people are. Don't do that to me. That's not fair. When I step off that bus has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you. Because you funded this thing, and I'm going to drive that bus down the throats of every scumbag city and town in America as long as you fund it. That thing's going into Manhattan behind enemy lines. I'm going to drive it right down to the fork and throat in Manhattan. It's going there. It's going to Manhattan. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to have all those fake bullet holes put all over the side of it so when I'm rolling through there, shit, somebody already got them. Don't even fire at them. Fork those scumbags. I'm going into Manhattan. And you know what? They think, oh, he thinks he's brave? Let me tell you something. I'll be on that bike behind it rolling through out in the open. That's what I'm going to do. That's your money at work. You have given me the honor, the privilege, and the pleasure to be able to go out there and fight for you. Now, I also expect from you, if I'm coming out in the open, there's a flaming arrow looking for me. I already know that. I don't give a shit. These people don't scare me. They don't scare you. If I'm going to do that, I'm just going to ask you to fight. Just do something to get in a fight. And if you get in a fight, I will keep raining down this thunder on these bastards until they're in a box in the ground and dead, and I can go home. Thank you very much. I want you to